am. And everyone tells me to kill myself.
Fucking kill yourself.
All because my penis is below average. And by below average, I mean 2 inches. That's below average.
You're right. You also know I started recording, right?
Welcome to the podcast. I have a lot of sex. Please believe me.
Hi.
Hi, this is the new year.
Well,
we haven't been recording.
New year, new jokes. Alright, cool. Thanks for coming out, everyone. This is not getting much better than that.
If this is what we're gonna start the year off with, God fucking help us.
You can't handle it. He can't handle the neutron style.
It's not copyrighted.
No, actually, I looked it up because Snap was doing streams and she wanted to know. The entirety of the time on the The entirety of the Undertale soundtrack is actually not copyrighted, which means you can use it as much as you want.
That's why people use it so much.
Yeah, because it's one of the few things nowadays that is a game thing that lets people use it. Because money. But yeah, no.
Why am I afraid that I just want to point out, you probably notice there's better mic quality.
Or not. If you're like me and you just don't pay attention to that shit.
Or Nemo, specifically.
Nemo!
Hey.
But we got an actual microphone, and we have a microphone that it's still just one mic for the three of us, but it has a setting to where it can be used as a conference call microphone. What are you pissing yourself?
Nothing. Keep going.
I just got scared that I did the thing that I did last time and I was playing another old episode, but we are recording, so we're fine. We're fine.
I'm looking at it with my own eyes. That's recording.
I can't see.
It is.
I can't see.
You're blind. So, welcome to the new year.
Been a minute since we uploaded. Sorry, not sorry.
Everyone had family things for the holidays and exam season for me because college.
Yo-yo, I learned to master.
Yeah, so just
RuneScape.
before we get into it,
don't play RuneScape.
Before we get into it, host, since it's Jordan this year, or not year, I mean this year technically.
Okay guys, welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, for the rest of the year, for the rest of 2022, I'm going to be your host.
Where we'll host intermittently between. Just
I hope I'm not sick for the rest of the year.
No, so if you wonder why we aren't starting this with explosive laughter, the funny man has a sore throat, and he really doesn't want to make himself laugh too hard before we start this in fear of killing his throat before an entire podcast.
Hell yeah, because if you see me just shut up at a certain part, it's because I died and I couldn't do this anymore.
He smelled toast.
I started smelling burnt salt.
Having a stroke. Yeah. So should we just say real quick, for the podcast, we're going to make a little New Year's resolution. At least upload 4 out of 5 weeks of the year. Fucking 4/5. That's
you get one a month. We'll try for one a month. Fuck the week.
No, we'll try for at least 2 a month, Jordan. We'll try our best for 2 a month.
God, you really like them, huh? 1 a month, if you're lucky.
The viewers or the podcast?
The viewers.
Both. Fuck the viewers. I enjoy the podcast. We'll just have random conversations since we haven't recorded in a while, and then we'll all just go, this would be a good podcast topic. This would be good for the podcast.
We were talking about our fucking, Christmas stories, and you were like, stop talking, we can make a podcast about this.
But we did not have time to, so we didn't do it.
No, we didn't.
No. But, host.
Hello.
Are we ever going to figure out the topic for this podcast, or you just want to have a little bit of a chill conversation for this, right? You need
it was just a thought process. So, as we all know, we're all adults.
No.
We're all people who...
We all are over the age of 18. You are correct.
We're all adults. No. And, looking around at me, I've seen a lot of other adults recently, because, Christmas time, you see the people around you.
Yep.
And I thought to myself, my God, I am nothing like these people. So I want to talk about shit that we do that adults don't. I am stealing this topic 100% from the Odd Ones Out or Jaden's Animations. Can't remember which one, but I'm fucking pinching it. Anyway, discuss amongst yourselves. I'm going to try my best to sneeze.
the way you just turned, just
fucking come on.
That's what she said. All right.
Fuck, it went away. That's how I've been for the past, like, 2 days. It's just, like, my body's been like, you want to sneeze? Fuck you.
Most adults can sneeze.
Most adults can sneeze,
Okay,
but I can't.
most things Okay, what do we do that adults don't?
Talk about
Play video
anime,
games.
women.
That is
Talk
true.
about Talk about anime.
We have a podcast where we upload things that most people would not upload to the
Have
internet.
fun.
To the internet.
Have fun.
These are all just basic generic statements. I feel like we should try to at least dive deep into one of these before it's just like, oh, we've exhausted all of our topics. God, we haven't done this in so long. You can tell the absolute professionalism that we have today.
Hell yeah.
Funny man can't talk. Quiet man sitting there eating a bag of Sour Patch Kids.
Alex is just sprawled out on his fucking bed, not even trying.
On my pillow.
Let's go.
And I'm gonna start playing Genshin Impact.
I'm gonna fucking
I wasn't even allowed to have my phone!
Yeah, you're right. You're not allowed to have any kind of distractions because you just fucking monkey.
I remember always thinking to myself that playing video games must be like so foreign to my fucking parents. But then my mom and dad will be like, nah, like we used to do that shit too. And like my mom always told me when she got sick when she was younger, her and my nana would just fucking play Ocarina of Time in the basement. That's what they did.
You know what I heard?
And apparently my dad played the shit out of Mortal Kombat in college.
Your dad is a very funny man.
See, the thing is that with I don't know about Jordan, your parents played a little bit of video games. I don't know, but yeah, your dad played video games with you, right?
You say what you say, and then I'll chime in with mine.
Well, my dad, he has his own YouTube channel actually.
Fucking
You're
what?
fucking with me.
No.
Name. Everyone subscribe.
His name is.
Actually, wait. Should we not put that out on our podcast?
No, you would love that, dude.
Okay. What's up?
Free press.
His name is Yuka Farmer.
Yuka Farmer. Oh,
Yuka Farmer. He's had that name since I was like 8, and he was on the PS3 playing Black Ops 1. He's had that since forever. He's playing like Truck Simulator,
I'm no longer interested.
It's awesome.
I mean, yeah, it's Truck Simulator.
Yeah, it's Truck Simulator. That's all he does. Is play Truck Simulator for hours, and I respect it.
I respect
the grind.
I respect that.
It's like the people that still play fucking like Clash of Clans or Heyday to this day. What the fuck are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing playing Clash of Clans?
My brother does.
What?
Yeah, I was like, why are you back into that? And he goes, I don't know. My dad made fun of him because he's like, I still play. You're gonna let me in your clan with all your high school friends? The king was like, ugh.
I hate Clash of Clans. I'm sorry.
It was
if I
not a
want
fun
to do
game.
something, I have to wait fucking 5 hours to build a house. I'm like, fuck you. I'm gonna
It's
play
5
Minecraft
days.
and build a house.
I still play Minecraft.
I play Minecraft, not
I
fucking.
want to upgrade my town hall. It takes a month. I fucking hate games like that.
I know.
Because it just makes you want to. It makes you
Oh,
put
you
money
want
into
to
it so you
speed
can
it
do it
up?
faster.
Yo, you gotta get 300 gems. You know how to get 300 gems? You pay money.
And then they make the gem farm that gives you like what, fucking 10 gems a week or
Yeah.
some shit like that.
It's so stupid. Clash Royale was the only one that I kind of still play once in a while.
I don't play it at all. I played it in high school, but not anymore. Like, it was fun just to play with random guys in my classes when we didn't want to, like, focus. We would play games. But, like, on the topic of our parents playing games, my mom always loves playing the fucking Wii. Like, she'll play, like, Just Dance or whatever with us.
Oh, yeah.
Or, like, fucking, for our PS2, we used to have Dance Dance Revolution. Like, the fucking arcade game with the arrows that you step on.
Yeah.
We had mats for that. And then my cat pissed on and broke, but...
Oh, damn.
I was real upset when that happened. I was so stupid, I didn't know how to step back to press the back button. I'm pretty sure I said this on the podcast before, but just in case I haven't. My mom would sit behind me, and like me and my brother would play each other, and she would hit the back arrow for me, and I'd do the two sides and the front.
You did tell us this.
Yeah, but what's it called? My dad always yells at me and my brother because we play video games.
Yeah.
But I was told by my mother that when my dad was younger, like before we were born, he used to play his Atari with his feet because he beat all the games so many times. And I was like, this motherfucker played the Atari with his feet, and I can't play around a Call of Duty. What the fuck is this shit? And the best part was like, my dad would play Call of Duty with us. And I know for a fact, I told the story about him not understanding stealth missions on the podcast. But, like, my dad would play Call of Duty with us. My dad would play a fucking Mario Kart ripoff for the PS3 called Mod Nation Racers. We played the shit out of that. But my dad was so against abilities, and you could turn them off. So it was just racing, and then it was just boosts. And my fucking god, was that hell. Because we got it down to, like, we played like 4 tracks, and you got it down to the point where you knew exactly when to drift to build boost, when to stop so you wouldn't crash, and then restart your drift to keep going down like spirals or whatever the fuck. And it got to the point where you got that shit down to a science, and whoever made the tiniest fuck up would be the loser, because you can't recover because there's no power-ups. And if you can't boost at the right time, it was so down to a fucking science. And then my dad's like, "What the fuck you guys play video games all the time?" I'm like, "Dad, you fucking studied Mod Nation Racers
with your feet."
Yeah, no, I will never. I asked him before, like, "Did you ever play the Atari with your feet?" He goes, "Who told you that?" I'm like, "Mom." He goes, "No," and I'm like, "Bullshit, bullshit. You played the Atari with your feet."
I know you did.
Oh my god, it was like, yeah, no, but like video games is something my dad always gave me shit for, but he'd play. What other shit happened? My stepdad tried to play like NHL with me one time because like my uncles were always really big into that, and I fucking hate sports, like video games. I love playing sports, but sports video games, it's like, why would I not just go play the sport?
NHL, what a game. Keegan is so.
Yeah, the fucking put the controller on your like lap and fucking.
I was gonna say Keegan is so into fucking games like that, but I didn't enjoy them. But essentially, all I ended up doing is I just fucking throw down with all of Keegan's dudes. So that was it. I loved NHL simply because of the fighting mechanic.
Yeah.
Past the point of the fighting mechanic, it was the most boring fucking thing I've ever done.
Yeah, no. But, like, my uncles would always be like, "Yo, it's like Christmas, let's play NHL." And I'm like, why, though? We can play Mortal Kombat. And my uncle's like, maybe. Well, let's play some NHL first. We play, like, a game, and he goes, "I'm done." And I'm like, "You little fucker." But then he gets my stepdad to play NHL with him. And I was watching my stepdad, and he's like, "Why are there so many buttons?" And I'm like, "What do you mean why there's so many buttons?" He's like, "I'm used to a controller having like 8 at max." He's like, "There's like 16 on this controller." And I'm like, "You know, if you press the joysticks, those are 2 more buttons." And he goes, "Why?" And I'm like, "I don't fucking know." They tried to get us like Call of Duty with me one time. And like we were playing against bots because, you know, I didn't want to put them in online lobbies because that'd be fucking stupid. So we were playing against like the easiest bots. And my stepdad is struggling to move. And I'm like, "What the fuck did you do? Like, I know you played games. Did you just play, like, fucking Street Fighter? And if you did, there's no issues with just Street Fighter. Street Fighter is a fucking cool-ass game." But it was so funny trying to just tell him what each button did. And he's like, "How do I shoot?" You press R2. What one's that? It's on the back of the controller, bottom right. And then he'd grab the controller and flip it and go, "That one." Then he just start tapping, but he would be holding the controller upside down, tapping, so that he remembers which buttons are which. And I'm like, "Larry, that's not how you fucking play the game." But it's hilarious.
Never stuff like that. My mom used to always play Super Mario Galaxy with us because she loved that game.
Oh my god!
And I was just calling my Keegan.
My Keegan.
I meant to, my brother and Keegan, whatever. Me and Keegan loved the game as well, but neither of us were good at it because, you know, it required a certain amount of competency, and I was 6 or 8. I don't fucking remember. I was young.
I was a child.
I always just used to sit there and watch my mom do it. My mom loved that game, and like she's always just like, "Hey, where's the Wii?" And I'm like, "Why?" So she's like, "Oh, I just want to play. I want to play fucking Mario Galaxy." And I'm like, "The Wii's at Nana's," and she's like, "Why?" And because I want something to do when I'm there. But yeah, no.
Something really stupid that at least my mother and stepdad do that, you know, I don't think any of us would do, is they get fucking shit-faced with their friends camping, and then like they'll just sit there and just drink beer like around a campfire until 3 a.m. and then they're just sitting there like, "You know, we're drunk, right? Yep." My stepdad is like, "I can keep going," like most adults do. Apparently, in the brand new camper that they just got, I think they used it twice before this, he got up in the middle of the night, leaned over the wall, and started pissing on the fucking walls. He just started pissing on the walls, and like, my mom wakes up and goes, like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he goes, "My bad," and pinches it off and runs to the bathroom that is just sitting there, like, head in hands, just in shock. And I'm like, I don't drink. We don't drink. Most people, I think, would know to cut themselves off when they are going to piss on the fucking walls in bed.
Maybe that was his goal, man. He was looking at those walls and he was like, shit.
But it's just like, my fucking God, this man pissed on a wall and it just proceeded to, like, have a mental breakdown in the bathroom. And you know what the best part was? My mom was the one cleaning it up. My fucking stepdad is just sitting there like, what did I do?
I peed on the fucking wall.
How do I explain this that I just didn't know? I just pissed.
I'm drunk, wife. I'm sorry I peed all over the wall. It's not my fault.
But I will say this. Kids pee stupidly. Kids pee in dumb places. In fact, where I'm going with this is when I was younger, one of the first times we took like my neighbors camping, when we came home, I was entertaining like the really young kid and then the guy who's like a year younger than me. We were all playing like hide and seek or something, and this kid who, my fucking God, is the stupidest kid I think I've ever fucking met. Like as a child.
Yeah.
When he got older, he's fine now. He's still an idiot, especially now that he's, going through high school and he thinks he's hot shit.
Yeah.
Every time that I see him now, he's just a little annoying.
I mean, who didn't have?
No, I 100% agree. By the time he gets to where we are in in life, he won't be a little shit. He'll actually be kind of cool, and I won't.
I know. I just heard who wasn't a fucking cocky asshole in high school. I was like, I was depressed. Like, no, I wasn't.
Okay, in grade 9.
I wasn't.
Well, no. Us. And then we caught up to the depression.
Oh yeah, you were a jackass in grade 9.
Anyway,
I was.
Back to where I'm going with this. So my stepdad peed on a wall. This kid peed on me because he thought it'd be funny.
Oh.
And
when I done swimming.
No, I mean, this kid walked up to me. We talked.
We used to do that in swimming.
I know it's a thing because I've seen it happen in my lifeguarding classes. I've seen it happen. No, but
I never did it. I got peed on, but I never pissed on anyone.
Explain this in a second. But like,
lemon party.
No, you dumbass. This is fucking old people. No, but this kid, we taught him how to pee on a tree as a toilet because he's never done this because he was like 4 or 5. So I don't blame him for pissing on me, but I blame him for what he looked at me and said as he did it. I'm sitting there.
Feel it now, Mr. Krabs.
No. So this kid's name is Brayden. He looks at me and he goes, okay, real quick. So I think I see his brother behind a fucking shed, and I'm like, I'm peering around the corner so he doesn't see me and run off. And I feel a warm trickle down my right ass cheek.
He was looking at the ass.
I turn as this kid is still pissing on my pants. He looks dead into my eyes and go, but now go pee on women, and I am about to strangle him. Put the fucking donut in your mouth. So, real quick, Jordan just opened a fucking box of powdered donuts, dropped it on his dick, and it rolled onto the floor.
No, fucking white donut powder. I'm gonna do cocaine.
I fucking hate you.
Anyway, the hair.
I mean, yeah, I did pick it up off the floor.
Delicious.
No, but you tell what the fucking people in Whippy did in the locker rooms. I know people peed on each other in the showers, but I'm assuming this wasn't in the showers.
Oh, it was in the showers.
It was in the showers? Okay. I've heard
occasionally it wasn't. However, we mainly did do it in the showers.
That's what
just got to be like...
Just like, hey, yo, what up, Jason?
We were all kids. Like, I say they. We were all kids, and we were all assholes. Every last one of it. Like, there was stuff like that. I was smart enough to know that, like, after I got dressed, I did not go back to the shower room. But essentially, I'll get back to that. But yeah, no, it was just commonplace to, like...
I feel like tell me about your prison sentence.
If you can do it. Yeah, kids just pissed on each other. The worst.
Stop my tail.
Yeah, I remember there was straight up one time, like 2 kids did it. and then they got in trouble because I got peed on. I didn't tell anyone because I didn't care. I was in the shower.
I hate
didn't matter.
switch.
It's just
But regardless, I get pulled out of the change room like when I'm done, and it's them and their parents, and like my mom's not there. I'm like, oh, was I supposed to call my mom or something? Like, what the fuck's going on? And they're like, we need to ask you something because it turns out there's been a problem in the boys' bathroom, and I thought they were talking about the fact we beat the fuck out of each other because we were told not to do that. It was fun, but we did it because like the towel, like we did wet towels to each other. Oh, that was just how it was.
I got fucking abused in my lifeguard.
Yeah, exactly. But that was just
I got abused.
Yeah, that's just how it was. And I thought that was that because they had told us before, like, if we catch you doing that, you're done. And we were like, oh fuck, because like I think they were like, we're gonna make you change in the family change room with supervision. And I was like, oh god, all right, no thanks. So we didn't get caught. But they're like, we've been hewing some stuff about what was going on. I thought I was especially fucked because I did it a lot. And they were just like, I don't want to say kids' names actually, but these two kids.
Did Sam pee on you?
It wasn't Sam.
I just giving you a fake name.
He was close to Sam. I wasn't close to Sam, but whatever. But he was just like, these two kids. And I'm like, yeah, what of them? And they were just like, did they pee on you? And I started laughing. And they were just like, this isn't funny, Jordan. I was like, me.
An adult just looked dead into my eyes and went,
did these two kids pee on you?
Did Sam and Billy here piss on you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I said no.
It might have been Roger.
These kids looked like they were about to cry. And like their parents were looking all mad, and I was just like, no, they didn't. And they were just like, but we heard them laughing about it, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, but it wasn't me. And they were just like, all right. But on the thing of what I'm saying is, you learn not to go back in the showers. One of the meanest things that some kid ever did. This dude, it's like we're all getting changed after practice is done. This dude puts on like his warm, because it's free, like it's middle of winter, like it's January, I think, freezing outside. Dude just like his hoodie on, his jacket on, sweatpants on, and then this guy's like, hey, yo, like, can you come here and help me with something? Kid's like, okay. Sprayed the kid. Cold water. Sprayed the kid. But the thing is, we went to there's a place in Whitby called Pan Am, and it's like this huge sports complex, and then a big pool. You had to take the long way in to get there. You had to scan a card, you had to get accepted, you had to go to, because it was like I met Olympians there. Like, it was crazy. But like this kid now covered in soaked water, his cold water soaked, had to now go up there, and when like I was like, oh, like is your dad's waiting up there? No, my dad waits in the car. Oh. And like, cause like there's snow, like it's freezing out there. Everyone's laughing at the kid because you fucking idiot. Like, what did you expect? Like, cause like, yo, yeah, no, help me, step bro. That doesn't happen in real life. And we're like, and like everyone's laughing at. And now this kid has to fucking walk out in the cold, soaking wet to his dad's car. And he's like, can I borrow some of your guys' clothes? I was like, who the fuck brings extra clothes?
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Yeah. No one brings her.
The old people. Old people made swimming. Because old people stopped caring. They don't care about other people. So it was really weird as a fucking, like, I started swimming, like, when I was 7 or 6, to walk into the change room after swimming practice and see a bare naked old dude, spread eagle, just blowing his fucking balls.
Old people. No, dude, I play hockey with a bunch of old guys, and I'm so used to, like, guys my age, and no one ever like strips down to their underwear, and if they do, they fucking do it in the shower. Like, but I can't fucking tell you how many times I've seen a dude who looks like he's in his 60s or like early 50s or something like that, just fucking drop his thing, and I just see his dick, and I'm like, I forgot people do this. Like, it's not like it's a bad thing. We're all dudes. We all know what a penis looks like.
Swimming's why I'm so comfortable naked. I don't like being naked, but I don't know. I can strip down. Like, I don't care. Yeah. So many people have seen my cock in my life that I honestly don't give a shit anymore.
Damn, what a
slut. So many people I don't know have seen my dick. You don't understand. Swim meets just filled with people from everywhere. Hey, what's good, everyone? Good luck out there. Yeah, like you just go. No one cares.
Bro, I remember in elementary school, what's it called? We had to do like this thing called Swim to Survive.
Yeah. I killed that thing.
No, but like there was the one time, I only made it for the first day actually, because I think I had to go. I think I was going on vacation for the other half of it. Because like we started on like a Friday, and then we were gonna do like Monday, Wednesday, Friday the next week to finish it. So I showed up for the first time, and it's like they had 2 stalls, and everyone's like trying to take turns to go do it, and they're like, "Okay, guys, just like you all have the same part. And I was one of the only people who just dropped trowel and fucking changed. And everyone was like, what the fuck, dude? You know that extra dick. We all have one. Put your fucking pants on. Let's go.
Yeah, no, I agree. It was so weird because you could tell who the new kids were in swimming when everyone was changing and they were like trying to do it secretively, and they just turn around and the shock face of everyone else just button. Some people talk to each other, no pants on, like, "Hey man, how's it going, Jim? I'm pretty good, Billy." It's just how it is.
People can't see it. Jordan was just sitting there jerking his fake cock because he was talking to Jimmy.
No, like that was just, I remember this was supposed to be like things we do as kids, but it just turned into funny childhood stories. Fuck it, that's what we'll do now. This is more entertaining. Regardless, yeah, no, but fucking like it was so apparent who the new kids were in swimming when they were scared to get naked, and then it was so funny to see them in like 3 months just stop giving a shit like the rest of us and just strip down.
One of the best things about hockey was there was this guy. Real quick, for anyone who like doesn't live around where we live, you won't fucking know this. But you know like the Lakeshore Cinemas?
Yeah.
You know the fucking like the preview for every movie where it's like the little light going through the crowd. You know the one kid who fucking goes like wow over the seats? He was on my hockey team.
Oh.
And you know what the best part about this kid was? He always wore jeans under his equipment. You have no mobility like that. You straight up can't play. This motherfucker wore jeans every time. And we're just like, bro, why aren't you fucking, like, not wear jeans? And he goes, I don't want to take my pants off in front of you guys. And my coach is in the room and he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And he's like, I don't know, I just feel uncomfortable. And he goes, listen, we all have dicks.
We all got twigs and berries, bro.
He literally goes, we all have dicks. You're wearing underwear, right? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, then what's the issue? He goes, I don't know, it just feels weird. He goes, you're wearing jeans! You're weird!
We had a kid pull up to swim practice once wearing like normal trunks over his speed up. And we were like, why? And he was just like, you could kind of see the outline of my dick through the speedo. And we were like, you can see everyone's everything, man. Just don't be weird. And he was like, well, I'm uncomfortable. No one gives a fuck. They'll slow you down.
Yeah, no, the fucking...
I remember at a certain point through swimming, they made me go and get like my full fucking like swimming lessons done, and they were a race because I was there with a bunch of other kids, and they're like, all right, we're gonna swim there and back, fucking I was going, and like I'd get there and I'd stop and I'd just stand, and she was just like she's like, oh, like she was just like, that was impressive, like you must be really comfortable in the water. I was like, ma'am, I am a professional, like I swim for sport. And she went, oh, why are you here? They told me I need to be.
The fucking best part about this guy, like the jean guy, one time he showed up in jogging pants, and my coach sees this and he goes, this guy's taking it seriously today. He's in jogging pants. And everybody was like, fucking Dante, let's go, buddy, go! And we're all fucking popping off. I think that guy scored like a fucking hat trick that game because everyone fed him the puck the entire time. And it's just like fucking, he popped off, and then he didn't show up to the championship the next game. And we're just like, what the fuck, guy? And he's like, I don't fucking know. The best fucking like thing about being a child was the absolute stupid shit your brain came up with. Fuck. What are you doing? Oh, you're trying to sneeze? You look like a fucking, like, you were like, what the fuck is on the wall over there? I did not understand what you were doing, and I thought
just continue.
You were questioning what I did.
Yeah.
How many of you, when you were younger, played with sticks?
How many times are you gonna tell us fucking something?
How many times?
No, but it's like,
we had sticks that look like guns.
Everyone.
That's it.
No, but like, my fucking neighbors, like at my mom's house, they didn't do that shit. They didn't have fucking sticks.
What?
They didn't have sticks.
What?
They were like 3 years younger than me. They didn't have sticks.
What?
I was so
what you were doing when you were 6, right? When I turned 9, I got my first ever iPod, and it was the biggest fucking deal to me. 6 days later, Kayla gets one.
Oh, yeah.
That's the worst feeling, isn't it?
No, I didn't really care.
I cared.
It blew to me because I was like, I had to wait till I was 9 to get this, and they get it, whatever. But regardless, my point was like, they've had technology since they were fucking fetuses. I was 9 when I got my first ever iPod. I played fucking Minecraft on it.
I got an iPod when I think I was in grade 5.
Yeah.
Like, my brother got like a cell phone, not a touchscreen cell phone. He got like a fucking like a BlackBerry. It was flipped up into a computer keyboard.
But my first smartphone was when I was 12.
Yeah.
I didn't get like able to call until I was in grade 9, but it was only like available for emergencies. It wasn't a casual number. I didn't have a casual number till I was in grade 10.
Really?
Oh. It might have been grade 9 actually. I think I had the emergency when I was in like grade 8, like halfway through grade 9. I got a number. I can't remember, but like I didn't have like a phone number, and most of my friends by that point had phone numbers, and I was like, I just like text them off like the fucking iMessage Gmail fucking thing. Or, like, I text them off fucking, like... I didn't get Snapchat till I was in grade 8 because there was a cute girl that I liked, and I was like, maybe I can get a Snapchat streak going with her because that's the only way I knew how to talk to girls.
Yeah.
It's like, my fucking God, I don't understand how people didn't play with, like, fucking sticks or didn't just imagine they were Superman and fucking flying around their backyard. And the people who just grew up with their fucking iPods, and I was like, my God... I know that I fucking played a lot of games when I was younger, and I still went outside.
Yeah, obviously.
I would fucking go to the park with my buddies.
I don't know. Yeah, I was gonna say, dude, the summer was the greatest because all you do is you wake up and you just fucking run to your friends' houses and be like, I park now, and you play until like 5 o'clock.
You don't even knock.
You don't even
walk in.
Nah,
I would show up to my one buddy. His mom loved me and like would always just be like, because they had a pool, and I was like, I don't have a fucking pool. I had an inflatable one that was like ass because my neighbor popped it, and I was like, this is some bullshit. I showed up to that guy's house every fucking like day in the summer, like the weekends or something. I'd knock on his door, and we'd swim for fucking hours, and then we'd go downstairs and we'd play the Halo campaign, the multiplayer Halo campaign, and we'd beat it, and then we'd do it again the next day.
Yeah.
Every day. That was what we did. Like, once it started getting, like, a little bit dark out, or, like, after dinner, we'd go play fucking Halo. Or we'd have a Nerf fight. Or some shit like that. Like, we fucking did shit. I play Airsoft with my buddies back in elementary school so many fucking times. Like, just, back when we didn't have fucking good guns, it was a shitty Springer that could shoot 10 feet at most. But you ran at a guy, and you shot one bullet, and he shot one bullet. It's like a fucking flintlock. You had to sit there and fucking...
Yeah.
Reload that shit. It was so good. I loved that shit. It was beautiful.
Yeah. I wonder if adults like our parents had like the stick guns.
Oh, easy.
Fuck it. I'm gonna ask my father actually when I get home.
I'm gonna ask my
mom doesn't talk about that. She just talks about field parties. And I was like, what the fuck's a field party? She's like, well, you go and you find a field and you get wasted. And then it's the next day. And I went, oh, that sounds fun, Mom. And she went, it was.
I would actually be down for that as long as I knew the people there.
Fuck no. I have no desire to drink outside.
No, I don't have a desire to get wasted. I just have a desire to start a giant fire around with people.
But that was
why, dude. You bailed on me. But when I went to Face's fucking birthday party, because I was like, are you coming? You went, no. Fuck you. But yeah, legit, they just kept throwing like. You know the wood clots from Fortnite?
Wait, what?
The wood pallets? They're called wood pallets, right?
Yeah.
They just kept throwing those. Like, this fucker was like 3 times taller than I was. And I was like, huh. And then, should we do something about that? And they were like, nah. I threw, like, pop cans in there for fun. Whatever it was like, I just take a full can and just chuck it in there. That's it. Wait for it to explode.
I really want to axe bomb something. Like, throw a can of axe into a fire pit. And then watch it blow
this summer,
man.
This summer.
We can't do that at your place. There's too many neighbors. They'll think we're legitimately starting explosives.
Field. He has field.
You have a field.
I have a fucking empty forest that I own. Like, I got everything, dog. If you want to grab.
Oh, your family actually owns that?
Oh, all that property.
I did not know
Dude,
you
it's sick
owned all
as
that.
fuck. Anyway, I hate being there, but if they had a better house up there, if they had a nicer house to live in up there,
I thought you meant the field next to your actual house, not the cottage. Yeah. I thought you meant your actual house. Like, you own that like farm field.
We need to actually go to the cottage.
I would love to go to my cottage if the housing situation there was better.
Yeah.
If I didn't have to sit in a fucking hot RV every day, gaming, I'd love that. However, it's just the fact that there's literally nothing up there besides that cabin and the 2 RVs.
Yeah.
But after that, like legit, like if they would come to me and be like, "Hey, we got a house up there now," I'd be like, "Fuck yeah, we'll go up to the cottage." Like,
no, like, so this is just something that I was telling you guys what happened at work today with a manager since Alex works with us, or me now. Another thing that her and I were talking about, we were talking about how she essentially jumped a fuking 8 or 9-year-old. When her kid was like 8 or 9, because this 8 or 9 year, like her kid was 8 or 9 or something like that, and then like a couple kids jumped. Oh, she was like going to, But she's fucking a psychopath, dude. It's crazy. No, but like she shows up to like home, and her kid is like crying in the house, and she's like, "What happened?" "Oh, Jimmy and Billy across the street shot me with a spring action airsoft gun."
Shot me, guys.
There's a bullet in my shoulder,
Mom. I'm wounded.
I'm gonna get lead poisoning. No, but like they took like they had airsoft guns, but they didn't shoot plastic BBs. Apparently, they shot foam BBs, which confused me. But what she said is they soaked them and then froze them, and I was like, they're fucking geniuses. That's fucking cool. But they shot like her kid with it, and what she did was she ran to the kid's house and like pounded on the door and was like screaming up because like the kid answered and was like, "Go get your fucking mother," and blah 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 blah. And then she's like, "If that kid ever shoots my kid again, I'm gonna take that gun and shove it up his ass." Blah 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 blah. Then she's telling me this, and in the back of my head, I'm like, I did something really similar when I was younger. I did something really similar to kids that were younger than me. Me and my brother were out front of our house. Yeah. No, we were out front of our house. And these two kids across the street were loud, annoying, obnoxious, spoiled little fuckheads, and we hated them. And we were just shooting airsofts at our fucking, like we had a little trailer that my dad had on the back of his pickup truck. We were just shooting airsoft guns at it. And these kids were like, "You're gonna shoot at us, blah, 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 blah." My brother just takes the gun and shoots above their house. And they start freaking out and run inside. And then later when we're having dinner, their fucking mom comes over, knocks on the door, and my dad goes and answers it. And he comes back and he sits at the table, he goes, "Did you guys shoot the neighbors with airsoft guns?" And we're like, "No, we just shot it above, like just into the air." And he goes, "Don't do that again? Or if you do, tell me." And I'm like, "Okay, Dad." These guys were like friends with like one of the kids in like my neighborhood. He was like a door or two down from me or whatever the fuck. And we were hanging out with like one of his other friends one time, and they just wandered over, and like it was the younger of like the two brothers. It was just annoying the fuck out of me, and we were on like a trampoline. So I just grabbed him and suplexed his ass. And he's like, "I'm gonna get my brother to fight you," and I'm like, "Fucking bring it, kid! Bring it!" He goes to get his brother. His brother's like, "Don't do that to my brother." And I'm like, "Fucking stop me!" And then Mom comes over to our house again when we're eating dinner, and my dad goes, "Did you beat up the neighbor kids?" I'm like, "Yeah, they're annoying the fuck out of me." He goes, "Good on you, warn me next time." I'm like, "Thanks, Dad."
What does he mean by that? Does he mean, "Hey, Dad"?
By the way, that like neighbor that's gonna come over here. I think he's like that neighbor's gonna come over here later.
Like, yeah, I beat up the neighbor kid, so like, you know, you're probably gonna hear about that. That's what he was asking me for. Yeah. He's like,
I thought he was just gonna.
No, because he was just like, because my dad didn't like him either. Like again, these kids were fucking annoying as shit. Like they screamed all the time. And their backyard is facing our front yard because they're on a corner and their house is fucking shifted 90 degrees, and their house was like an L shape or some shit. We wanted to kill them. Yeah, L from Death Note. I'm gonna fucking kill you. No, but like these kids were the most annoying bastards. And like that's the first time I think I've ever like beat the shit out of somebody and never felt repercussions for it. Because my dad didn't care.
I had such a problem with that in middle school because I've always been like huge. All the kids would be like, "I'm gonna beat up Jordan." Like I could do it, and then I just had to sock some kid, and it was just like, all right, well. And the thing is, like, I never fought as hard as they did, because from a very young age, my mom taught me the concept of you are a lot bigger than these kids, which means the shit they do to you is if you do it to them, it's going to hurt twice as much as it hurt you. And I'm a little bitch, so their punches, like to me, they did hurt. But I just imagined it hurting more, and I was like, I don't want to do that to someone. So I never punched them back. I did what I always did to Keegan, which is throw them on the floor and sit on them. And that's what I do. And it's funny because like you see these kids be like, "I'm gonna go beat," like, "Come on, Jordan, like we can do that," and like they run up to me and they hit me. It hurts, but I just grab them on the floor and I sit on them. And then I'm like, "Do you give up?" And they're like, "Yeah!" And I get up and they walk away because it's just like, "Are you gonna turn around and hit me again? I'll sit on you again." Like,
oh my god. No. I don't know if I ever told the story of
my neighbor once.
Did I ever tell the story on the podcast of the time that I got jumped in the bathrooms at a fucking elementary school dance?
No, you never told me that.
You got jumped?
I don't think you ever told me that. No, you told me that story. I don't think you ever told the podcast.
So there was this kid who I didn't really like, and I moved elementary schools, and the elementary school that I went to, they still went to the same like dance hosted by some club or whatever. Why are you eating my Starbursts? You have Sour Patch Kids.
Wait. You might sneeze.
Fuck!
You know, when you bring attention to it, that's when it stops. Ignore him. And stop eating my I will break all of your fingers!
I just wanted a pink one, dude.
Take a fucking pink one and don't touch the rest. God, this is such a professional podcast. No, but, so this kid was just annoying me and he was like, you know, being an asshole. So I just bitch slapped him.
Oh.
Like, I just straight up, I just wasn't like, he was just in the middle of talking, I just went, and he was like, what the fuck? And I was like, just shut the fuck up. And he's like, whatever. I go, like, to take a piss. And I turn around in the urinal, and it's him and his two friends. And I'm sitting there zipping up my pants, like, oh. And then like, the two friends start, like, trying to grab my arm so I can't punch back. And, like, you know, the kid's trying to, like, punch me. He's, like, Alex's, like, size when he was in grade 8. Like, he was he was small and he was a twig. So I just bitch slapped him again, and I punched both of his friends. And, like, they just, like, kept trying to go at me, and I was just, like, fucking, like, I was, like, you know, like, kind of fighting back or whatever. It wasn't really, like, even a fight. It's just the fact that I, a 7th grader, took a piss and turned around and there were 3 dudes waiting for me. I'm surprised they didn't just backhand me when I was taking a piss. Like, at least they had honor. Defends me like a man.
I have honor. Fuck you.
No, but I just remember afterwards, like, I just slapped the guy again, like, when the fight was over. And, like, he comes up to me later and he goes, yo, are we good? I'm just like, I don't fucking care. Like, I just... That's the best part about guys. Like, when you were younger, whenever you got into a fight with somebody, like, the next day, just like not even the next day, sometimes just later that day, you go, yo, we good? And they're like, yeah, fuck it, whatever. And then you just moved on.
Yeah, you just don't care.
I remember one time me and, like, one of my best friends, whose ironically name was Jordan, he was really pissed off at me, and he whipped a football into the back of my head.
Yeah.
Like, hard. And that shit fucking hurt. So I picked it up and I just fucking chucked it at the ground just to show that I was pissed off.
Yeah.
By lunch we were like, yo, we cool? Yeah, we cool.
Yeah.
Forgave each other. It was fine. It was like, the fucking, my god, it was so fucking stupid.
Yeah, no. Nobody, yeah, we don't care.
Yeah, no, we don't care.
Do you understand how much work holding grudges and I am amazed at the fact women can do that.
I'm amazed at the fact that people we know in high school were able to do that.
Yeah,
to everybody.
The amount of times I was pissed at you for doing something and I didn't want to be around you, but then I was like, fuck, I want to talk about anime, so I just got over it. Like,
yeah,
damn, man, Alex made me pay for food and then got mad at me when I asked him to pay for, like, my food. What a bitch. Hey, Alex, like...
Yo, you watched this episode of Dickheads?
Yeah, like, we were chill. Nobody can... Yeah, once again... Dude, honestly...
Again, sorry.
No, you're good.
What's one of the weirdest things that happened to you? Like a random thing that you could just possibly pull out of a hat from an elementary school thing. Do you have any of those? Because I have a couple.
Elementary school?
I have a couple.
Or in your case, middle school, because I didn't have middle school.
You'd have to give me a second.
Because I just remembered something. When I was in grade 1, there was this girl who I guess liked me or some shit. I was fucking clueless. Essentially cornered me with a couple of her friends, sat me on a stump, and proceeded to make me play with Barbies. And you know how I got out of this?
Oh, no.
My friend Pierce and my friend Jordan, the same guy who hit me in the back of the head with a football, both ran up and went, hey, yo, buddy, we gotta go play football! And grabbed me and ran. We've never played football in our lives. And I'm just like, what happened? He's like, we saved you. And, like, again, we're grade 1. Yeah. I don't know how the fuck I remember this. It's just, we saved you, and I went, run. And we just fucking booked it because they started following us.
Yeah. I remember spiting the color red.
What?
For some reason, I just had the biggest issue with the color red.
Yeah, you're like green.
Like, my man, I was gonna throw down with the color red if it was possible. We had to paint a ladybug or some shit, and I did mine blue. And they're like, you're supposed to do it red, and I went, no.
You could do orange ladybugs. Do orange.
I went, no. And they're like, what do you mean? I was like, I hate red. And they were like, well, it is red. I was like, what if it doesn't want to be?
Oh my god.
I had that. I skadooshed my best friend.
Fucking like...
No, essentially, how, do you remember when, like, Poe, like, fucking thrusted that fucking dude?
That's not skadoosh, but yeah, I know what you mean.
That's what we called it. We had a big-ass yoga ball, and we were like, you know what? Fuck it. Mega dodgeball. And that's what we did. I threw that shit up. I skadooshed that motherfucker. I nailed him in the head so hard. He turns and bangs the center of his forehead against the corner of a coffee table. Like, he had to go home. And now I see him, and he still has the scar in the middle of his fuck that. I'm like, I did that. I seduced that motherfucker. I always think to myself, like, I wonder if he's forgotten about me, because I haven't talked to him in years. He became a massive druggie and shit. Like, it wasn't someone I saw myself wanting to be around that much. And, like, I think to myself, every like, does he remember me? I'm like, kind of has to, because he's the scar in his head, and he's just like, God damn that
motherfucker got turned into Harry Potter.
Fuck that guy up. We went to Medieval Times, and one of the best parts about Medieval Times is the fact that they sell the wooden weaponry. Love that shit. So me and Keegan both got swords, and we were told that we could play fight with them, but if any of us got hurt, my mom was burning them. 5 minutes in, I clocked Keegan in the side of the head. And that's just the story. I think he was blood, his eye was all black, and like we were like, what do we do? Like, we don't want to lose the swords. And Keegan was like, I got this. That was what we did. You have to explain. I was gonna say, I just went emotional. He just put his hood up, and like my mom was like, "Why do you have the hood up?" And he went, "Feel like it." That was it. I have no idea where the fuck those swords went.
They
got burned.
He can be annoying sometimes, but most of the time, your brother's cool. If I did that, I did not to my brother. I've accidentally hit him, and now I'm like, I'm so sorry, and he would be like, and I'm like, shit.
Oh yeah, no. See, that's one thing. I might get mad. I get mad at Keegan every once in a while, but little Keegan was a fucking homie. Like, you could fuck that man over, and he'd be like, you know what? We good. Like, rarely did Keegan. I don't think I can't remember any times that Keegan would like do something, or I'd do something to him, and he'd get mad about it. We'd fight over the Xbox because we had an Xbox 360. Yeah. We both wanted to play it. We'd fight over that shit. I'd kick his ass because I'm bigger, and like, you know what? He's sitting there. He's crying, but my man respected it. Instead of going and like telling mom, he shut the fuck up and he sat on his iPad. He lost, and he accepted the fact he lost, and I appreciate that.
No, my brother did not do that.
No. I'm trying to remember, because you guys are both the oldest. I'm the youngest.
Yeah.
Oh, how does it feel like being the youngest?
Feels fucking terrible, but great at the same time.
Dude, I remember my dad got Minecraft on his computer for us as a gift. And I was like, holy shit, this is cool. And me and Keegan had this creative world that we built on. And my dad's thing was like, you guys are hour on, hour off. Like, you know, you go on for an hour and Keegan gets it for an hour. Like, that's how you guys are going to do this. And we went, okay.
Oh, I remember this story.
And one day, my mom left for the weekend to go to some fucking, like, work golf thing or whatever. I don't fucking care. And it snowed, meaning my dad had to go out and plow. And like, me and Keegan want to play Minecraft, so he's like, okay, you remember hour on, hour off. And we're like, okay. He leaves at 3 p.m. Midnight, he comes back. Jordan, what the fuck? I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, shouldn't you be in bed? And I was like, my hour isn't up yet. And he goes, you haven't stopped yet? And I went, no. And he was like, Jordan, it is midnight. And I was like, oh. I have told the surprise mother fudger story to both of you.
Yes, you have.
That got brought up again because my uncle saw that, like, he took down the curtains. He went, fuck it. Like, really, but he goes, damn it, I should have kept those things up. We could have made Jordan redo it. I was like, I said fudgers, I stand by that. Regardless, I want to say when I was like 8, I don't remember how long ago it was, but essentially we, like, my nana, my nana's family, like my granny, my uncles, and like everyone got together and went to my fucking my cousin's house. And whenever we got bored when we were younger, we'd play hide and seek because we liked doing it. I hid behind like a curtain in like one of the rooms, and like an hour or two go by, they can't find me. And like they start crying to the adults, and the adults are like, oh, who knows, like maybe like go check somewhere else. And then they leave, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm gonna jump out of this curtain. I'm gonna yell, surprise mother fudgers. That's what's gonna happen. So they come back in, I see them, they're all piled up. I fucking swing that curtain open, jump. Have you ever seen Ferris Bueller's Day Out?
Yeah.
You know when he like does the slide thing? I did that shit, and I was surprised, motherfuckers, to like all of them. Turns out that my entire family's ears don't know how to fucking work, because to this day they will look me in the eyes and they think that I did all that shit when surprise motherfuckers as an 8-year-old. Like they think, like, to this day they joke like you're like I because my uncle was talking to my granny and he goes, I swear to God, I saw a bit of your granny die that day. And I was just like to this day and like my cousin, like everyone.
Is it the same grandma you wanted to murder in your sleep?
No, that's my nana. But regardless, it's fucking my cousin like sees all of them looking at me like they're about to murder me, and she like puts her hands and she's like, he said fudgers! He said fudgers! And like I did, so I was so confused as to why she was getting upset. And then I went home and got yelled at. I remember I asked my mom. Here's a good one. Before that had happened, we had a very high no swearing tolerance in my household, and I had a fear of getting in trouble when I was younger, so I didn't do it. I remember one day I was sitting down with my mom, and I looked at her and I went, "Hey mom," and she was like, "What is it, children?" And I was like, "Can I say the C word?" And she goes, "No, you cannot." And I was like, "Oh, I just wanted to say crap." And she goes, "Oh, crap. Okay, you can say crap." And I was like, "What's the other C word?" She went, "Don't worry about that."
Well, we got cunt.
Cunt.
I accidentally said that in front of my mother. I know what it meant.
I don't know if that's what it was, but I'm going to assume she meant cunt. Cunt, maybe cock. I don't know.
I remember back in grade 8 hearing the first time someone say cunt. That was grade 8, and someone was writing a message to someone in class. But the thing is that we had like a group chat for the classroom, and they accidentally wrote it in the classroom group chat, and my teacher was there. What'd you do to my computer?
It froze. Fuck off. Keep telling your story.
So, my teacher was in that group chat, and he saw the message of someone just saying cunt. We had the screen, and it showed the chat. And I don't know, you just see the cunt. And everybody was like, "Oh!" Bro, Aiden said the C word! Bro. I didn't know what it was. I'm like, what's cunt?
I was probably, I think, in like grade 5 or 6. I was in grade 5 or 6. I was watching a fucking like Minecraft YouTuber. I forget who it was, but I remember the video. It was like, he said the C. I'm giving you guys a second.
That reminded me. I have a story.
So I don't remember who the YouTuber was, but I remember it was the fucking like random series that they were doing. It was like a roleplay fucking. I don't fucking remember. I was a child, but I remember the guy called himself Super Dad, and the girl he called Super Cunt, and I didn't know what cunt meant. And I was randomly just doing the dishes with my mom, and I just go, "Super Cunt," and she goes, "What did you just say?" And I went, "What?" And she's like, "No, what did you just say?" And I was like, "It's Super Cunt." She goes, "Where did you hear that word?" I go, "I don't know." And she goes, "Never say it again." I'm like, "What's it mean?" She goes, "It's worse fuck." And I'm like, no, cool. And I was just like, I just remember this. I was like, I just randomly said to myself, I was a super cunt. And she goes, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, I didn't know what I said, but that's just super a bad word. What's cunt mean? I know what cunt meant. And she was just like, "Don't ever say that again." I was like, okay.
On the topic of Alex's cunt reminded me of a story. When we were moving, we were essentially told, "Don't tell anyone that we're moving," because my mom and dad didn't know if it was actually going to happen or not. Like, they were debating whether or not they wanted to stay in Whitby or move here. And Kayla, I guess, told her friend, and then this dude, like Adriano, overheard her and told everyone that we were moving. And I remember we came home, and like my mom was like, "How was your day?" I was like, I think it was my dad. My mom wasn't home at the time, but it was my dad, me, and Keegan. And like my sister just starts breaking down, and we were like, "What's wrong?" And she looks at all of us, and she goes, "It spilled the beans." And we were like, "Huh?" And she goes, and he told everyone we were moving. "It spilled the beans." She's like, me and Keegan were on the floor. Because, like, the fact you could have said that any fucking way, but you screamed, "Age spilled the beans." Motherfucker, spill the beans. So your face is so red. Yeah, I'm dying. Me and Keegan were fucking pissing us at it. And she was
Alex is in the fucking other side of the room playing with a sword. It's like a podcast.
We made fun of her for that, and she's getting all mad at us because she's like, "This isn't funny, you guys." And we were like, "Yeah, it is."
Dude, at least you guys knew you were possibly moving. My dad did not tell me I was moving to a new fucking house until, I think, 2 weeks before school ended and summer started. He goes, "By the way, we're moving at the end of the summer." He just dropped it on us at dinner one time. And me and my brother look at each other like, what the fuck did you just say? What did you say, Dennis? We're moving at the end of the summer. And I was like, when? And he goes, the end of the summer. And I'm like, when did this happen? He goes, why do you think we're remodeling the house? And I'm like, because we wanted a better house. And he was like, no! I was like, why the fuck are we moving? And he's like, we're moving, bitch. And I was like, oh shit. So I tell all my friends, and the last day of school, we get around this little hole by the fence that we always hung out at. Like, that's where we all met up, like, you know, when recess started. I remember we sat around it. I was told to stand in the hole. All of my friends stood around the hole in a fucking circle, and they just said their goodbyes like I was dying or going off to Vietnam. And I was like,
I'm still gonna be in the school. I'm just
no.
Oh no!
I was moved. That's because I moved to a different school. But they're all saying their goodbyes because they all didn't like live around like because I lived by the school. I walked to school every day. So all of my friends I wasn't gonna see like anymore. Like at school, they were also like saying their goodbyes, and I'm not even joking. I was in like a cult circle. I was like a foot below everybody in this hole, and I was literally told to sit. I was sitting in the hole, and everyone is standing over me like it's a gangbang porn video, and I'm just sitting there with like fucking like 5 dudes and like 3 chicks just standing around me, just like goodbye, and then I'm like okay. They were all just sitting there, just fucking like they're all just like, oh yeah,
that's how it was.
I remember when I graduated.
Yeah, you had your fucking crew.
When I graduated, the fact that I was moving like wasn't a surprise to anyone. And like this girl who I did not like and who I was like very adamant about the fact I did not like comes up to me, like stands next to me when like as I'm waiting for my mom to come get me, and I was like, hey, what's up? And she's just like, it's not gonna be the same without you. And I was like, what do you mean? She goes like, we're all like great friends, and I'm gonna really like be upset that we don't get to spend high school together. And I was like, oh yes, like it's gonna suck without you two. And I was like in the head, I'm like, I fucking hate you. And she's sitting there, you know, bawling her eyes out to me. And I'm like, it's not like I'm fucking dying. Like I'm just going away. You can call me. You have my phone number.
You think that's good? My fucking friends, they were like, oh my god, no one's gonna ever replace you. Because I was the funny guy. That's who I was. I was the funny guy. The next dance, because that's like the next time we were all gonna hang out together, there's a guy hanging out with them. His name was Mateo. Guess what? He replaced me. They introduced me. Like, hey, you're gonna meet like our friend Mateo at the dance. I was like, oh cool, like what's he like? They're like, he replaced you. And I was like, what? You can't replace me. And
that's like, another thing I love about kids. They're so honest. They're so honest.
As a kid, you don't give a fuck about anything. You just want cool shit. You just want cool shit as a kid. You don't give a fuck about anything.
No, but like even like some of like the popular like girls or stuff that like when I was younger I was like, ooh, you're pretty. And I just remember some of them like, yeah, no, this Mateo guy's like a lot like you, except he's like cool. And I was like, what do you mean? Ow! I get it. I was a nerd. I was a loser. This guy like wears a chain or whatever in fucking grade 7. Like I get it. He's cool.
Oh,
I was cooler.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, that's right. You were the chain.
No. That's why I was bullied. He was like, fuck you, Mateo. No, I'm cool. I wear the chain now. Listen, ass. I didn't wear 1 chain. I wore 2. I wore 2 chains. I'm better because I thought that would make me cool. I wore 2 chains. Oh my god, I just remembered the cringiest thing I ever did.
Go for it.
I
can make a fucking list.
Oh no, dude, you don't beat this. The first girl that I quote unquote like was dating and like I was gonna go on a date with, I posted on Instagram like I can't wait to go to like the fucking dance or whatever. So glad I have a date to it.
Oh no.
My older cousin responded, we're gonna talk about this at Christmas. And I was like, and every now and then I will be sitting around doing nothing and I will remember the shitty selfie I took of me in a dress shirt in front of my door. When this is not a casual thing. Everyone shows up in like a basketball shorts and a t-shirt. I was showing up in like jeans and like a button-down shirt because I was trying to be cool for my girl. I was in like grade 7 or 8. And I'm sitting here remembering the fucking... This is the angle. I took the picture at this angle. I had the phone...
You see that podcast? That's
I had the phone about a fucking 85-degree angle, 90 being straight up. I had it about an 85-degree angle, and I was just, my head straight up, taking a fucking picture. I want to vomit in my mouth every time I think about this.
That's cool. I sang Minecraft in front of my entire school.
I wish I had.
That's
balls,
good.
dude. That's fucking cool though.
That's not cool.
Everybody went crazy.
Yeah, they did, but I still feel, looking back on it, I am so fucking lame. Like, I hype it up to this day, and I'm proud of it, but holy shit, was it cringe. Calvin Sparkles, you made a banger of a Minecraft parody with When I Find the Pieces. Never let anyone tell you you didn't.
No, but that's like, you had fucking confidence. You know what I did? I tried out for the talent show one time. You know what I did? I brought a magic hat and I pulled a rabbit out of it. That's it, with my 3 friends. We didn't get it.
I got into every talent show ever.
Yeah, because you actually sang.
Except for grade 7 and 8, because I chose not to do it because I was sick and tired of getting bullied.
I didn't do any talent shows.
I remember
My fucking friend danced to fucking Skrillex dubstep, and she did it fucking good. No, like she followed fucking, like it was actually like good too. And we were all just sitting there like, what the fuck, Alyssa can dance?
2 of the worst things I've ever seen at the talent show. Hey, do you remember the cup song?
Yeah.
We do sit there and do the cup thing to the entire cup song. Nothing else. He sat there with his cups, did the thing to the entirety of the cup song. All 5 minutes of it. He just sat there, no one said shit. Everyone was just like, after the first, everyone started clapping, and then like, oh my god! Okay,
you got it.
And then the second thing was that this girl decided that she was gonna go on top of that stage and do a comedy routine. I know that's what you want to talk about in your high school thing, but a girl,
I have a better one.
A girl
I have 2 better ones.
went up there and did a comedy routine. Not a single. She started crying on stage because she told her best joke, went silent, and looked at everyone. No one said a thing, and then she just broke down. And I was like, "Wow, that wouldn't be a problem if you were like actually funny." I didn't say that to her.
At least
but
when I
thinking
did stand up in high school, people laughed.
Yeah, no one, not even her friends Pity laughed, and I was like, "You fucking, this is so awkward."
Well, they didn't want to be the only ones and they get made fun of for it. No, there were 2 things. One, when I was in grade 7, this girl in grade 8 was going to do like a dance routine, and I'm not even joking. She did the first like ballet pose, did the fucking like, she's on like her toes and like is almost in like a T, and then she goes to like jump, and she doesn't land it, and she face plants and breaks her ankle.
Oh no!
I am not joking. Half like people are like kind of laughing but like you're in shock and you don't know if she's hurt or if she just meant to do that. And but some people are laughing. A teacher comes up and goes, "Shut the fuck up!" And we're just like, "What? This is really funny." We saw her come in like the next day or the day after with fucking crutches and a boot on her foot, and we're like, "Oh my fucking god, she broke her foot." But in elementary school, I'm stealing this word.
Yeah, go ahead.
In elementary school, like my first one.
Oh god, Alex is completely given up.
No, he doesn't care about the pot. He's playing with his fucking
I'm
swords.
playing my swords and listening, okay? I can do the same.
Yeah, but you haven't contributed to the conversation, asshole.
My schools were boring!
Yeah, because you're a boring bitch. Anyway, my fucking first elementary school. They had a rock band. The teachers made a rock band.
Oh my god. Okay, no, I can one up that. Go ahead.
What was the name of your band?
No, they weren't a band. They were a rap duo.
You know what the name of our teacher's band name was? The Dirty Rats.
We had Fire and Ice.
I fucking love
They were a rap duo. No, you want to know what the best part was? They were so committed to the gay. There was legit one day. So you know how every day you have to stand up for the anthem and prayer and shit like that? One day.
They rap the national anthem. They rap. They rap.
Anyways, Fire. You understand? They were like, OCANADA. Canada, our home and native way, and you hear them pass the megaphone over. I was about to get that. You want to hear the best part? In the background, faintly, you can hear the other one going.
Oh my god, we had my fucking elementary school had a theme song.
What?
We had a theme song.
What was it?
We were the fucking Holy Name Hawks. You know what the fucking theme song was? I don't know if I remember all of it, but it was like fucking red and blue, strong and true, school spirit shining through our faith ignites the flame. Like, it was a whole thing. Every time we had an assembly, there's just like one fucking girl in like grade 7 or 8 just sits there and she sings it, and the whole crowd is going with her. And like we had these like fucking teams, like each, like there were 3 teams: Zip, Zap, and Zop. Zip and Zop were always good. Zap never won. Zap was ass. I was never on Zap. I was always a Zip, and I was on Zop one time. But I was always Zip, and Zip fucking rocked that shit. Did you throw a cap at the fucking window?
Yes, I did.
God, I hate you. Anyway, but like, at the end of the fucking song, at the end of the song, they just scream, "Rise to the top!" And everyone in Zip goes Zip, everyone in Zap goes Zap, everyone in Zop goes Zop. It was fucking hype. And you know what happened right after that? Well, the grade 8 teacher came out dressed up as a pirate with plastic swords, ran around the fucking thing doing this and throwing swords at children. And then he'd go grab the mic and start talking like a pirate. He's like, "Me and the grade 8 leadership team," and blah blah blah. I fucking loved this guy.
When Fire
he was the guitarist for the Dirty Rats, dude.
When Fire and Ice broke up because Fire had to move to a different school.
No!
I was about to say top 10 saddest anime moments. Like, I'm not even kidding. You want to know what they did?
What?
It was the goodbye ceremony because apparently that had to be a thing, and they were like goodbye because this dude was so cool. He was such a good teacher, but he had to go, and they were just like, and then finally Ice walks up to him. I'm not gonna say their actual names, like calling him Fire and Ice, but Ice walks up to him and he's like, "You know, Fire, you and I were always like two peas in a pod. You know, we were close." And he goes, "Damn straight." And then he hands him a mic and he goes, "One more time, one more time." They didn't rap battle, and then they sang "Hope'em Kingdom Style." And that was it. All the kids, all teachers got up and they were like, "Hope'em Kingdom." It's funny because some people were just straight up in tears.
I remember in high school for what, like, because I was in band. I was in band and we did like the Christmas concerts. I remember like we were doing like Rock Around the Clock or something for jazz band, and I saw a fucking like one of the old teachers get up, run over like to the other side of the gym to grab another old teacher. They got up and started swing dancing in front of the band, just full on going. And whenever like your section wasn't playing, your section going, "Fuck yeah, let's go!" And we're cheering our asses off. And this motherfucker, like this dude was fucking going in. So it's just like the fucking do 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 do, and this motherfucker's. And he busted it down so good. I loved that shit. Oh, it was
you guys don't know what I did.
What's up?
You cried because you were alone.
Yes. I did nothing. Nothing happened in my grade school back in the day. Nothing happened in St. Pius, nothing really, except the kid, we were about to take pictures, and we had to hold up like a sign saying, "Oh, St. Pius."
Yep.
So our whole entire class held up the sign, and some kids that were tall would like lay down and sit on the floor. A kid put his hand while he was about to lay down on a piece of shit from Doug.
Nice.
He put his hand fucking straight on it, and then he didn't even notice he had it on it too. So then he gets up and he's like, "Oh my god, I can smell it from here."
Oh, did I ever tell you about the stink bomb that went off in my school?
No.
There are these kids, and I guess for since I want to say grade 7, they had this bottle. This is in grade 8. This bottle filled with yogurt and cheese and grape, and they stuffed that bitch. And one day, a teacher cracks it open and it gets a whip, and he closes it. It was already over. We had to evacuate the fucking school because we had a 7-8 split. Because all the 8th graders were immature as fuck and they didn't want us together. So during our time of grade 8s being together, the fucking grade 7s left. It got to their classroom and we were like, "Oh fuck." No, it came from their classroom. They leave. So we're like, "Can we go? This is bad." And they were like, "Okay." It got to a point where the kindergartner, so we're up on the 2nd floor, 8th grade over here, kindergartners are over here, on the bottom floor.
The other side of the school.
The kindergartens had to evacuate the fucking school. They didn't even open the bottle for that long, but they cracked that bitch a little bit. He got, and he was like, "Oh fuck no!" And then we had to evacuate. The fucking fire department was called, and police, and there was ambulances and shit. And I was like, Happy Friday, everybody! Holy shit!
Remember the one Friday when someone lit our fucking high school on fire?
I do.
By lighting a vape into a fucking soap dispenser, and the thing exploded.
He was fucking like vaping and shit in the bathroom, and it just wouldn't turn off. It just kept smoking and smoking and smoking.
Yeah, it's like overheating.
What do I do?
He fucking stuck it up.
Because the fucking teacher was one of the science teachers was coming.
Yeah.
And the fucking science teacher was sitting there with I heard like with his jacket or something, beating the shit out of the fire.
Yeah,
I was gonna say his name, but yeah, no, that guy. He's sitting there. I just remember someone saying like he was beating the fire, or like he was doing something to the fire. But like, my fucking god, I just remember this happening because I was in like my fucking history class, and my teacher goes
doing a test.
My teacher just goes, "It's a little late to be doing a fire drill," and we're just like. Like maybe it's like it's a real quick thing and then you just go back in, grab your stuff and go on the bus. He goes, okay, yeah, just leave your stuff, we'll come back for it. And then they're like, yeah, you can't go back up and get your stuff, there was a fire. Because it took like 45 minutes or whatever the fuck it was.
At some point they just sent us home.
Yeah,
I remember I walked.
Because we were there. We
walked home.
We walked to Face House. Remember?
Well, I ditched. I didn't want to go to Face House.
Yeah. Wait, you ditched?
I did. I didn't go with you guys. I didn't want to. I just went home, and then I got a call from fucking Peter, and he was like, where were you today? And I was like, what do you mean? And he goes, like, football practice, and I was like, there was a fire, and he goes, yeah, football practice still happens, and I went, no. And the next day I got my ass beat for skipping football practice.
It was a Friday!
Yeah, we had practice every day of the week. I remember, like, one of the years, one of the 2 years, I don't remember which one, he was like, we might be playing games on Friday night, when you got me fucked up. If you actually think I'm gonna stay here, play a football game on a fucking Friday. And he was like, he's like, turns out it's Wednesday. And I was like, yeah, fucking better be. I'm not doing that. Gotta be some kind of fuck up.
I'm trying to remember other really stupid shit that happened.
Well, we're over. We've made the timeline, so we could just call it curtains.
I just remember there was something else.
If you have this is your last chance. Y'all got stories you want to crank out. Let's do one more. I guess each.
There was a mystery shoe that appeared in our band room.
What?
A shoe that just appeared.
Damn.
Because we were at like a concert.
What kind of shoe?
A high heel, like a nice high heel. We were at our like big like end of the year like competition concert, and like in our pile of like instruments and stuff, there was a random shoe, and someone was like, "Oh, they must have like forgot the shoe." I don't know what the fuck you touched me for, but I was really confused. But like we ended up someone grabbed the shoe, put it in like the pile, and it ended up in someone's van and something. We took it home or whatever, and like we all got back, and the next day my teacher's like it was like band practice or something. He's like, all right, we're gonna go over like the recordings and stuff for like the big competitions, like listen to the judges' critiques and stuff. And by the way, is this anybody's shoe? We're like, what? He's like, this shoe right here. He hangs it on the board, and we're like, the fuck? No, that's not our shoe. And he goes, oh no, we stole somebody's shoe. So he calls like the other schools, like he calls like the event, and he's like, oh yeah, let all the other schools that were like around when we were, let them know we have a shoe. No one claimed the shoe. I went back to the school like I think the week before like college exams, like recently. The shoe is still hanging in the classroom. That's just a fucking trophy we won. Some random girl's shoe. And I will never fucking forget this random shoe. I don't know why it's really funny to me, but we just had a shoe.
As you do.
Yeah, we had a shoe. And he still has Larry. And, yeah. I showed up to a classroom full of, like, fucking, I think, like, 9th graders or something. This is all, like, Kayla's friends and shit. I have a feeling, at least. And, actually, I think I saw your sister's friend. That's always, like, at this house. Whatever the fuck
Abby?
her name. I don't know, the girl with like the red hair or whatever the fuck
Abby.
it is. Yeah, I saw her in that class, and my god, did I want to punch her in the face because she just wouldn't listen to fucking Mr. Bergeron, my music teacher, who I fucking loved. Yeah, everyone was just an asshole, and I wanted to kill them.
She's been doing some stuff with St. Anne's.
Let's not get into that. We're in the middle of a podcast.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a podcast. We'll talk about this later. Yeah. But like, it was just so fucking weird because like I show up. And like I look and I go, is Larry still here? And I see this one kid at the front of the class just turn and go. I'm like, is that kid's name Larry? He goes, no, he asked about the fish. And I'm like, I look at him and I looked at the guy and I go, I bought that. And he goes, why? And I go, because I wanted to piss him off. And like I was pointing at my teacher, and he goes, why? And I'm like, you know why, sir. I did a stand-up comedy routine about it. And he goes, fair enough. And this fucking random kid who I've never seen before is just looking at me like I'm some fucking, like, god. And I'm like, can I leave now? Mm-hmm. I just left after that because I didn't want to fucking, like, I didn't want this kid drooling at me. Because he's just like, you bought a fish and that's funny. I'm like, yeah, it was funny. You had to be there. I'm gonna fucking steal it once this year's over and the people who I liked that knew about the fish are gone. I will take him. But I still am debating whether or not I leave it so that my teacher always has to remember that me, the annoying fuck, was in his band and it was hell after I left. He also admitted straight to my face, like, he was like, oh yeah, we have like a Christmas concert. They practiced, I think, 3 times before this concert. And he goes, it was so bad. Like, it was so bad. I'm like, why? And he goes, we did fucking sleigh ride, you know, like the da-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. And we have a thing called a slapstick. It's 2 pieces of wood that you just fucking together and it makes a really loud noise.
Did they fuck up the slapstick?
They did. The guy who was told to do it couldn't do it on time. It was like da-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
I hate them.
You have to. It's pause. It's just dun, pause, dun, dun. Like, it's not hard. Read the music. Count. Do it. Dun 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 dun. There's a pause. This motherfucker, as everyone was finishing the last dun, would fucking smack, and I'm like, I will skip my exam and I will show the fuck up because I had an exam that morning. I was like, I will skip my exam and show up to fucking for you. Don't piss me off. I made that slapstick too. I built that shit. No, but it's like it's so fucking funny because now that I graduated, he doesn't have to, like, you know, lie about kids anymore to me. He just goes, they can't play music. No one gives a shit. They can't fucking do it. And I'm sitting there trying not to piss myself because all these kids are like 5 feet away from me, and he's just fucking whispering this to me, and I'm like, oh, it's fucking funny as shit. That's about all I got, really. I don't think I can think of anything.
Do you have anything you wish to add, Alex?
Kids were making out in grade school.
Can you elaborate?
So I went to school one time, and this was like kindergarten, grade school. I don't want to say grade school. It's kindergarten, back in Italy. And I go to school, and I'm like, there's 2 people missing. There's this one girl.
Kindergartners are making out?
Yes. Oh, full on. They're like fucking licking each other's faces.
Tongue?
Yes.
Tongue in balls.
No, not tongue in balls, tongue in mouth.
Oh, tongue in mouth.
So then I'm like, where the fuck are they? So I actually tell everybody else in the school, because it was a small school. There was like 2 classrooms. So we're like, well, let's go try to find them. We're little, so we just searched the classroom, which was not even that big. They piled up desks, and then hid behind the desks to go make out in the classroom.
Kindergartners.
Yes. So then,
what the fuck happens in Italy?
I don't know. So then we're like, oh, that wasn't there yesterday before. Let's go. And we found him making nothing. They just look at us like this, fucking mouth open and shit, and they keep going.
And they just kept going.
They just fucking kept going.
Was it a guy and a girl, or was it 2 dudes?
No, it's a guy and a girl.
Okay.
It'd be way funnier if it was 2 dudes.
If it was 2 dudes, I would have pissed myself.
It was a girl. It was a girl and a boy, and we're like, oh, they're making out, yo. Well, we didn't even know what making out was, and we're like,
oh my god,
something that doesn't look right.
Oh my god, he has cooties. Oh my god, you know fucking Hariyama, the Pokemon?
Yeah.
I remember this. Like, when I was in fucking kindergarten, or SK, I don't fucking remember, the senior kindergarten, for those who don't know what the fuck that means. Me and this guy named Hayden used to chase around, ironically, like the 2 who ended up being the 2 most popular girls, and we would just sit there, fucking walking like this, pounding our chest, going, Hariyama, Hariyama. And we thought it was the funniest thing. And the teacher looked at us one time and went, what are you doing? And we just went, like, we turned, both at the same time, turned, about face, Hariyama. Pounding our chests like gorillas. Oh my god, what the fuck did I do as a child?
I have 2. I'm gonna do the short one and then I'll do the long one.
Yeah.
There was a girl who got the iPhone 6 the moment it came out. She brings
spoiled bitch.
She brings it to school.
It gets stolen,
and she's like, "Yo, check this shit out, woo!" And like while walking up the stairs, she's showing it off to her friends. Cause idiot is not looking where she's going. Trips on a staircase. Phone falls all the way down the stairs. Destroyed. Because kids tracked water and because, snow does that. And guess whose phone cracked a fuck ton on the way down and fell in water?
Oh my god, that is such bad karma.
School hadn't started yet. This is like showing up that, because when we showed up, they made us hang out outside before we were allowed to go in.
Yeah.
And holy shit, I have never laughed harder in my life looking at that girl crying. Because I was just like, that's what you get. Like, you were showing up and how you're so much better than everyone else. Like, you don't fucking do that. And like the teachers there consoling her and her friends, and she's like, "Oh no, you fucking kill me." Good.
Hopefully she got insurance on it.
I think they had a warranty and it made it not as good, but I still thought it was funny. Anyway, the other one,
warranties are what those are called, not insurance.
We had a tradition in the school when the school year was ending and the grade 8s had graduated.
Did they throw their homework?
No, they fucking played baseball with the teachers. Every year I witnessed it. I don't think there was a year that went by I didn't watch a teacher get fucking nailed. And it was great. I think my favorite one was like this old French teacher who has decided she wanted to pitch. Throws it, takes it back, she fucking, like, not even tapping.
Fucking arms on shoulders, fell back.
Dracula pose, fell down. And we were like, oh my god, is she fucking dead?
Bro, so my dad was a high school teacher, and he did like the student teacher, like, soccer or hockey or whatever the fuck games, because he was like the hockey goalie, because he played hockey or whatever the fuck. But he was doing student teacher soccer, and he was playing, and obviously the students are gonna try to fuck up the teachers, because my dad's a math teacher and everyone hates math teachers. My dad goes to turn because a kid passes him, and he falls flat on his face, and he gets up and he goes, "Who did that?" And they're like, no one was by you. He goes, like, "Oh, whatever." And he feels a little pain in his ankle because he thinks he twisted it or something. So he goes to step, and he can't step, and he falls again. He tore his Achilles in half.
How the fuck?
I'm not even joking. He 180'd and fell. He was on his ass. And I am, like, my dad comes over, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, whatever." This is, like, right near, like, when summertime's starting. Not, like, summer vacation, but, like, just start like, summer or whatever. As soon as summer vacation hits, our house just gets egged and egged. We got egged 5 times in a year and a half.
Oh god.
And guess what? The first 2 or 3 times we got egged, my dad couldn't he couldn't do anything. He had his Achilles torn. So guess who had to fucking clean it? Me. One time I accidentally left the garage door open one night. There were somehow I went to pick up my shoes the next day. They were glued to the floor. Want to know how? Because someone threw an egg and it landed next to my shoes, and the yolk spilled out underneath my shoes and hardened to the ground.
Fucking go! Alright, continue.
I saw you trying so hard. I was like, I can't bring attention to it like this, dumbass.
Alright, I sneezed. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go. I sneezed. Thank you for coming here. Achilles tendon sounds really cool, bro. I don't give a fuck. I sneezed. Goodbye, everyone.